Hey guys, Camfrey15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another One Piece anime episode review for you guys, as I'm joined by my host making a special appearance on a One Piece
Ye-
episode review.
Apparently I had to be here considering this is such supposed to be such a hype moment. So,
Yeah, I begged my co-host, who typically is on some of my other anime reviews, to be on this stupendous moment that is Gear 5.
Gear 5. I heard so much about it even before it came out in the anime. Yeah. I've seen small images. I did not know how he gets this ability. Of course, up until this episode. But yeah.
Yes. Again, like I said, for some odd reason, Toei was just in the build-up to this episode, just spoiling everything about this. So it was pretty hard to avoid if you were on social media. But
But even before that, I've seen small images, but
oh, the manga panels.
yeah, manga panels, no context, just white-haired Luffy. Like, that's Gear 5?
Yes, it's definitely different than his other gears. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which, funny enough, if you go back a few episodes, it's the episode when Luffy was in Gear 4 and he's charging in at Kaido, before obviously the CP0 agent gets involved. If you slow that part when Luffy's charging in, you can actually see the visually animated, and I already talked about this in another review. But if you slow it down slow enough, you can actually see like the animation stills of Luffy going through all the gear kind of images and drawings of like all of Luffy's gears. So they showed gear second, gear third, gear fourth, obviously, and they had one panel where it just had gear fifth right then and there. They didn't show it; they had it just Luffy with surrounded by fire and everything.
I
Um,
did not notice that.
Yes, I'll have to send it. If I can find the image, I'll send it to you. It actually looked pretty, like, honestly, it kind of looked horrifying.
Horrifying.
Yes, it did actually. I'll send it to you off screen. But anyways, this was a very highly anticipated moment in the story of One Piece. I still remember reading this in the manga, and I was just like, "What the hell is this?" Um,
What? Yeah, literally, what is this? He's all laughing and looks a little more wobblier than normal.
yeah. And it's funny because I still remember, like, people were speculating, like, is Luffy gonna get another gear transformation to where he'll be able to be able to beat Kaido? And it's funny because it's like, oh, they now did it, gear fifth. So it's definitely unique than compared to the other gears.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty much Luffy is just all white hair. His clothes go from red and orange pants to just white.
I'll be honest. When I first saw this design, I thought it looked a little weird. And not only that, his eyebrows. Holy hell!
Oh yeah, his eyebrows, his eye color changes from like his regular black to red.
Honestly, I can't really talk. I have weird eyebrows too.
He's got like Super Saiyan white flowy hair. Also, he's got the little I guess you
Peace,
can say
Luffy.
he's got the little steam cloud like in Gear 4, but just like this going around. Honestly, you know, the more I saw it, the more I see it going forward, the more I actually do like it. And the design is pretty cool for what it's worth because it's actually uniquely different from all the other forms he's taken.
Mm-hmm.
So
Considering this is like my first time seeing it, like anime wise, it's still a little weird to me, but hopefully it'll grow on me.
yeah, I know when I read the manga, I'm like, okay, it's unique, but
Mm-hmm.
the more you'll see it, the more you'll grow accustomed to it. And you're like, all right, sure. And also too, now my friend over here is good enough to see One Piece film red now because there was one animation still in in one of the final battles in One Piece film Red, without going into background spoilers, but they do show Luffy going Gear 5 in a quick little panel. But now he's good to watch now he's good to watch a One Piece film Red. Now, before we obviously talk about the episode, the number one thing that's kind of been like the talking debate in the anime community when it comes to this moment is obviously...
Oh, Lord.
Yes, I know. I talked about this last week. And in the build up to this episode and even post episode, people, Dragon Ball fans and One Piece fans have been going back and forth about what is more iconic? What is the better transformation? Super Saiyan or Gear 5? Of course, you're going to have your One Piece stands say Gear 5 is more iconic than Super Saiyan. And then you're obviously going to have your Dragon Ball fans saying, what the hell are you talking about? Super Saiyan is more iconic than Gear 5. Listen, I said my stance last week on this. Both moments are great in their own right. The Super Saiyan moment, and me and my co-host, we never watched it back in the year the DBZ anime aired or the manga came out when Goku went Super Saiyan for the very first time in history. Like, if you could say what was our like Super Saiyan, it was probably Ultra Instinct for us, since we're kind of late Dragon Ball Z stuff. Like, I still remember the hype with Ultra Instinct. That shit was like the first time I've seen something crazy. Even when I was going through Dragon Ball the first time, it was still a great moment for me to see Goku transform into a Super Saiyan. Here, and even reading the manga, it was a great moment to see Luffy go Gear 5. It was an iconic moment. Both moments are iconic. You don't need to compare each one of these things because, one, it's two different mediums, it's two different shows. It doesn't matter. Like, to me, it doesn't really matter. I'm of the opinion they're both iconic in their own ways. Let's just move on. If you think one form is more iconic than the other, hey, more power to you. All you have to say is like, hey, I prefer this form, or I prefer the transformation for Gear 5 over Super Saiyan more, but I can understand why you would say Super Saiyan is more iconic than Gear 5. That's just your humble opinion. But you got these damn Dragon Ball fans and One Piece fans taking it so damn seriously, like they're actually gonna kill each other.
That's the kind of world we live in now.
It's not that serious. Over legitimately two damn shows, which are both great in their own right. Both moments are iconic in anime history. There you go. That's all you need to do. No more debating.
Because one is older than the other, I guess.
So, yes, your thoughts on this whole stupid debate?
I rather like this is why I avoid such like anime communities and just enjoy anime in peace. So yeah, I got no opinion on it. Just let them kill each other, whatever.
Hey, that's a good one too. And listen, give it 20 years, or give it 10 or 20 years from now, and we'll see. We'll see. I'm not saying Super Saiyan is more iconic than Gear 5, but hey, give it 10 years. And, guess what? People will more than likely say, remember that moment in One Piece when Luffy went Gear 5? That was a very iconic moment. That's all you need to say. Let's move on from that. Let's stop being petty. But I know it's not going to end. It's going to go on social media for time to be. And it is what it is, So everybody has their own opinions. You have a right to voice your own opinions. But let's not freaking just get blasphemous now. Unless you're trolling, I guess you can say. And you're being very obvious with it. Anyways, this is One Piece episode 1071. So let's get the very simple story point out the way. Now, we do cut away from what's going on with Gear 5 and everything to the Orochi and Hiyori stuff. Now, if you haven't been paying attention, obviously, Orochi's been brought back to life like goddamn 3, 4, 5 times already. and just won't stay dead. This
Mm-hmm.
man's like thinking he's seeing a dream, seeing Komurasaki, which we all know is Hiyori, and he's pinned down under this rubble. We already know Hiyori put the C prism nail inside of Orochi, so he doesn't transform into his little Hydra form again. And pretty much we know the last time we were left off, Hiyori was playing the song that Odin always liked to play, and she said like, "Yeah, this is Odin's favorite song," and Orochi was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" So we get more, and that's when she ends up saying like, "I am Kozuki Hiyori." You know, she goes and says like, "Oh, you're the man that disgraced my father's legacy and everything. You know, you said you would leave Wano if my father would do the stupid acts he was doing where you know, he was dancing in the public acting like a damn fool pretty much."
Mm-hmm.
And you get the typical flashback where Hiyori's like, "Why are you doing this, Dad?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm just doing this. Just look at this all funny and everything." And you know, obviously she gets very emotional, especially when she takes off the mask. She's crying because obviously her dad was killed by this man that made him do all these terrible things, and more importantly, was responsible for the fall of Wano as it is. And she's like, "You're getting what you just rightly deserve." And even though freaking Orochi's like, "Come on, just let me out. I apologize for everything I did. I'm sorry." And we know damn well he wouldn't feel sorry for that. He probably would just kill her if he had the chance.
Mm-hmm. Now let's talk about the little slimy fireball coming up towards them.
Go right ahead.
Conjuro, right?
Yes, I guess whatever's left of that dead clown.
Yeah. Yeah, he pops up Orochi-sama. And that's when Orochi got a little too cocky, assuming that Conjuro will actually obey him, saying like, "Ha ha ha, all right, Conjuro, kill her," and stuff. But little did he know, Conjuro slowly moving towards him, and then once he reached contact, burning Orochi alive. Mm-hmm.
And Yori's just there watching it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So
just justice is served.
In kind of a twist of fate, Odin was boiled, and now Orochi's getting boiled by fire.
Mm-hmm. Again, justice is served.
So, yes, I will say it was kind of a little bit of a weird skip away, but hey, you need to get some context. Hopefully, this means Orochi is dead for good.
I mean, I assume so. I hope he doesn't make another appearance.
You never know. He might come back to life.
With the C prism too? With the C prism nail also?
Well, probably not. He has his devil fruit powers like disabled, so I guess not. But you never know, man. We think he's dead, and next thing you know,
Jeez, these villains have some insane plot armor. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
When assuming that this won't be the last time we see Big Mom, she has some insane plot armor also.
So, yeah. Anyways, let's get to the main point since we got the little mini story point. Obviously, we know at the end of last week's episode, Luffy's body was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Zunisha saying the drums of liberation are pounding. Joy Boy has returned after 800 years. Yada, yada. And obviously, we see Luffy reawaken. He's wondering what the hell is going on. He's shocked. He's like, how the hell am I still alive? And then he recalls what happened. And he's like, he just starts smiling. He starts laughing. Hockey is going all over the place. And he transforms into Gear 5. Albeit he doesn't know what the hell's going on. He's bouncing all over the place. The freaking ground is bouncy. And then we cut over to good old Marijois, home of the world government, aka the Celestial Dragons. You know, the people we hate.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we see the 5 Elder Stars, or aka the Gorosei, who already know all their names and everything. I'm not going to spoil it for who their names are. But they're pretty much talking. They're like, well, we lost a CP0 agent, even though it's to the wrath of Kaido, but hey, it's better than having what we potentially wanted to happen. Funny enough, they're not realizing that Luffy already transformed to Gear 5 and their worst fears are coming to be a problem. Now, they're talking as if they're like, it's very interesting. That gum fruit, it's like it has a mind of its own, like it's just avoiding us, like just
It's
out of
not
the
far,
blue.
it's not far off from the truth.
And that's when they actually explain that Luffy's devil fruit is exactly not what it says it is. Now, they pretty much say the cover-up word or the cover-up name for the gum fruit is the gum fruit. And we find out that, well, we find out Luffy's devil fruit isn't exactly what it really is, and the gum fruit is just a fake name. So the real name is the human fruit, mythical Zoan model, Nika.
There's a lot of new stuff that's processing in my brain right now. I have no idea how to process all this. Like,
So,
what do they mean by all that?
so we already knew that the gum fruit was, or we were led to believe the gum fruit was a Paramethea type devil fruit. But because we find out it's not called the gum fruit, it's called the human fruit. There's obviously another crew member on the Straw Hats that has the human fruit, and that's Chopper. And we already know that's a Zoan type devil fruit, and Zoan devil fruits are typically animal-based devil fruits. So, this entire time, the entire story of One Piece, Luffy has had a Zoan devil fruit. Mind you, a mythical devil fruit. And he just about this. Now the question is, did Shanks know that it was a mythical Zoan devil fruit?
He did. I wonder what he would have done with it before Luffy ate that, because Luffy unintentionally ate that fruit.
Because he stole it from a government ship that had the devil fruit. Then Shanks pretty much stole it, and then Luffy eats it.
So, yeah, it's most likely that Shanks would have ate the devil fruit, and then he would have gotten that power.
Potentially. And the Gorosei are pretty much like, yeah, that's a problem. If that devil fruit were to get awakened. And yes, this is Luffy's devil fruit awakening as well. Just like how Law and Kid, they awakened their devil fruits in the fight against Big Mom when they revealed that. And again, if you don't know what a devil fruit awakening is, it's basically,
Well, look back at Doflamingos
and Katakuri.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much the same thing's happening with Luffy. And we see how the ground is being all rubbery and bouncy and everything. So now Luffy is just like Doflamingo and Katakuri when it comes to awakening his devil fruit. So pretty much anything he touches turns to rubber. So it's and if you're still wondering, like, wait, if it's a Zoan devil fruit, then how the hell is the things around him turning to rubber? Now the Gorosei further explain, like, well, the devil fruit contains the properties of rubber, but albeit he's still a Zoan and everything, and he has pretty much the freedom to do what he wants. And one of the Gorosei says it's the most, pretty much saying it's like the most broken ability in this world. So Luffy is OP as shit.
Yeah.
So yes, and obviously this devil fruit is taken after the sun god Nika, who apparently is the warrior of liberation that pretty much demands all freedom. And obviously Luffy, we know for this entire story, he's been saving a whole lot of countries, freeing them from captivity. Obviously, you have Crocodile. Well, hell, even before Crocodile, we're talking like, shit. Technically, well, Kuro wasn't trying to take over.
He just wanted to kill. He just
Yeah,
wanted to.
I guess you could say Buggy to an extent took
I
over
guess.
Orange Town.
Would you say Arlong?
Arlong, yes, he took over Kokoyashi Village. Freaking obviously Crocodile with
Hordy Jones.
yeah, Horty Jones, Crocodile with Alabasta, Enaru with Skypea. Trying to think. Horty Jones, Doflamingo with Dressrosa. I guess you could say Zoe to an extent.
Yeah.
And then obviously Wano. So yeah, so it's like, and then obviously we know the world government is a controlling force. So that's another thing that, hey, this is another, it goes to show you how bad the world government wanted this devil fruit, because they know if this shit gets out and it's awakened, sounds like they're kind of fucked. So it's always good to see those old men sweating bullets, because they know we're in trouble now. But then again, we do know the person that sat on the throne, and we don't know their take on the situation. So yes. But anyways, Luffy's bouncing around. He's having fun. He's just laughing. Uncontrollably laughing. And then he does this one thing where he just stands up and he literally, and mind you, there's clouds in the sky. What happens?
He clears up the sky.
No more clouds, just clear sky. Full moon. Absolute craziness. But hey, the Gorosei said it's the most broken ability in this world. So yes. Anyways, Kaido looks like he's about to kill everybody. But Luffy just comes in, this man's big fist, grabs this dragon and pulls him up. Also, I found
cartoonishly,
yes, cartoonishly, and starts beating him up cartoonishly, where he's making Kaido see stars and everything. He's all muscly like a cartoon Looney Tunes character, where he's like muscle.
Oh my god. It's so incredibly hilarious to me how he's all shaking around Kaido by his bare neck, and Kaido having the dizzy eyes.
Yes, and they're obviously doing your typical cartoony like sounds. Like there was one part where he's running, and there, you know, the whole thing when it's like the you know,
yeah,
he's doing that. You know, bunch of silly stuff. You know, I found it funny where you have Otama and frickin' Nami crying. Which actually, let me ask you a question. When obviously Nami was protecting Luffy's favor, would you consider that a Luffy x Nami moment?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kind of. Oh my god. He gets paired with a lot of girls.
I know, doesn't he?
Man.
Just wait till you see One Piece film Red. You'll be shipping Luffy and Uta.
Okay. Man. Typical main protagonist.
I know, right? So, hey. I found it funny how Marco's like, Straw Hat's fine. Straw Hat looks like he's alright. And Luffy and Otama are like, really?
You said Luffy and Otama?
Huh?
You said Luffy and Otama.
Oh, Nami and Otama. Nami and Otama, they just start bawling their eyes out crying. So, yes. But Luffy's pretty much kind of kicking Kaido's ass and catching him by surprise. I think obviously the one moment people keep bringing up is when, you know, it looks like Kaido is about to use a blast breath on Luffy, and it catches, and obviously you have the moment where Luffy, they do the whole eye thing where Luffy is like which What's your take on that moment?
Why? Why? Why is such a hype transformation so goofy?
Um, and Luffy, he grabs the ground, and he's running down. He's like, ah! That's how funny this man Luffy is right now.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
Oh my goodness. And mind you, this was a crazy feat regardless in itself. This man Luffy, because we know with awakened devil fruits, and certain devil fruits can actually affect the areas around them, like how with Doflamingo, if he touches an area on the fight he had against Luffy, he made buildings turn into string. And then Katakuri, he turned the surrounding areas in the mirror world to mochi. Luffy can affect the ground and everything around him, turning into rubber. So he pretty much, as he's freaking grabbing the ground and he's trying to run down to dodge the blast breath, you're like, what the hell is Luffy gonna do? He literally grabs the ground, pulls it up like it's a freaking carpet, and he reflects the blast breath with ease.
Basically bouncing it back.
Bouncing it back, and then Kaido, he's like, I got you now. And then he's like, ugh.
No.
I swear, I've seen that Kaido face all over social media like crazy. Hell, speaking of Dragon Ball, there was a freaking, if I can find it, I have to show it to you. There was this video of Dragon Ball back in Dragon Ball Super when Shenron met Beerus in the corner, and they did the whole face with Kaido where Shenron looks at Beerus and he's like, and they did that animation panel where Kaido's like, but they did it with Shenron, but colored the dragon around it green. And it's literally like, oh. Oh my god. This shit is hilarious. It's funny.
Yet another moment for people to make memes of.
Oh my goodness. By far, that was probably the funniest moment of the episode. But long story short, the fight is going Luffy's way. He's, honest to God, kicking Kaido's ass in probably the most cartoonish way possible. And the thing is, even though Kaido is getting his butt kicked, he's just like, well, regardless, Straw Hat, I'm just happy that you're not dead yet. Because obviously we saw the look on his face after he looked like he defeated Luffy for good. And in this meantime, Luffy's just laughing and shit like that. And when Kaido got hit by his own blast breath, it did the typical thing where his whole body is like ashes and everything. And then he obviously shakes it off. Luffy's just like, and everything, bouncing up and down. And then that's obviously where they do the whole Gear 5th thing where, he's like, Gear 5th, and then he's got his hand over his face, that iconic panel from the anime where he's just laughing. Things like that. Kaido says, like, I'm just glad you're okay. We can finally continue this battle we once had. And then Luffy's like, yeah, sure, let's continue this. But, I'm going to finish you off this time. And that's kind of where the episode ends off. So, yes, next week, we're going to get more Gear 5 Luffy versus Kaido.
They're making more endings now. They're making ending songs now.
Yes, I was actually going to bring that up. This is the first ending since, like, the very start of the series, for crying out loud.
Yes. I don't know if it's since Skypiea or...
I think since Skypiea. No, not... It was, like, around the area of Long Ring Long Land / Water 7. That I think that was like the last time they had a legit opening. And I'm not gonna lie, the opening is a banger. It actually hits. It's actually a really damn good opening. The song is great. The visuals are great. I'm really digging it. I'm liking it.
I need to listen to it more, but yeah.
So I don't know if this is gonna be like a one-time ending just for this representative episode because it was so big. But if they're gonna have endings in One Piece again, in terms of an ending song, sign me up. I'll take it. It's been a long time since we had an ending song for One Piece. Like, shit, definitely over 10 years. But hey, I was pleasantly surprised. You know, I'll take it.
Amazing. Like when it popped up on the screen, like, "Hello, darkness, my old friend."
What? Why you say it like that?
Because I miss you, old friend.
Oh, because it's the first ending in like years for One Piece.
Don't you all agree? Oh, how I miss this.
The visuals are good in it. You know, you have Yamato in it, still looking like a snack. I know. Sorry, I can't. Yamato is a whole snack. Um, I guess it also, in a way, kind of somewhat gives away what might be taking place after a bit, because clearly you can see it's Luffy and company looking like after the fight is over. And we do actually see an image of Momonosuke. We just don't see what his face looks like though. But we see Momonosuke in his human form. Apparently he's got long hair. Very long hair.
Very long hair, huh?
So yes. Very interesting. But solid episode of One Piece. It was a great moment. I know it was a great moment for you, my friend.
Yeah, now I see what all the hype is about.
Yes. Now you can finally watch One Piece Film Red.
hmm Whenever I feel like it, I guess.
I know. We'll be there watching One Piece Film Red, and you'll see why I kind of ship Luffy with Uta the most. So, alrighty. Anyways, we're gonna get out of here. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on everything One Piece. I guess. Obviously, I didn't talk about the manga this week. It was crazy. The manga has been going off, and it just is still leading me with even more questions that I'm still asking about. But hey, whenever the next big manga chapter comes out, I'll talk about it. I didn't want to feel like I want to talk about it. Plus, I already talk about enough other mangas. But anyways, gonna get out of here. If you guys like to enjoy the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this Gear 5 moment. Again, if you're gonna say what you think is more iconic, please keep it civil. Please keep it respectful. That's all I ask. And yeah. Again, apologize for getting this video out late. I wanted my friend to be here to give his thoughts on the situation about Gear 5. He was in Mexico for his birthday weekend, so I can't fault him there. So that's why the video took a little bit longer to get out than others. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, we got a lot planned. We'll try to get to Demon Slayer. I'm about to be fully caught up with Demon Slayer, so we'll crunch out those reviews when we need to.
Warning. The last episode may or may not make you cry.
It takes me a lot to cry, and you know me.
Yes. I almost bawled my eyes out.
So I'm gonna be messaging you at like almost 11 p.m. tonight, saying, "Damn it, Denzel, you made me fucking cry."
Yes.
Okay. We will get to Rurouni Kenshin. I know. We'll get to it. I still want to see more Karu because she's a snack too.
Man, I can't believe they made Karo even cuter in this newer animation. Holy hell. They're gonna catch me simping.
Like the girl from Zom 100.
Grow up, man.
I'm talking about the one that turned into a zombie.
I don't like that anime anymore.
All right. So yeah, a bunch of stuff I have to catch up on the season 4 and things like that. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it. We're gonna get out of here. Catch you guys on the next video, and cartoon your way over to whatever channel or episode review I have next on the channel. Till then, guys, peace.